comes the news with a twist and a grin. Steve and Alan diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic.
Are we sure? He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Steve and Alan almost daily. Laughs and facts served out plainly. You're close to win. It's never shady. Steve and Alan almost daily.
Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen, Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's a day. What more do you want? Boom. Hello and welcome to the slightly later than normal Friday version. As we all know, the Friday is, we like to call it here, when I can load it up, live and loose. And what we mean...
Friday, live and loose.
I forgot about that. What we mean by live and loose is that...
Friday, live and loose.
It's live and loose. It's badly prepared Friday. Badly prepared is the jingle that we should probably go for. Let's do it. Let's say if you're messing around, if you're in the vicinity, why don't you get stuck into some of the chat over here? YouTube.com/ at Mr. Stephen Allen. I'm noticing the tash is no longer as symmetrical as I would like. More on that later. Let's see who's in. Hi ho Kermit said he turned out nice again. Oh, where's my ukulele? I can't reach the... Don't be giving me George Formby quotes with a uke just over there. Ding ding. Turned out nice again. Although 5:35 a.m. Damn, that was early. I've got so much done today already, says Joodles. Well, all right, showing off. I got nothing done today. I'm even 15 minutes late for the show. Where did my message vanish to? I smell chicanery. Ah, chicanery. Pour femme. I think I've smelt a lady's chicanery once or twice in my life. Ems is here. Afternoon all. Proper Memes is here. Fist. Oh, that's what you're doing with your morning. Mr. Cuff's here. How do we say it? Elite elixir. You've licked a what? But even newer is here as well. Good Friday, and a good Friday to you. Very good Friday. Brit's here. Brit, thank heavens you're back. There was a story in the news today. Of course it's about eggs, and of course it makes it look like I win. I mean, spoiler alert. Sebastian's here. Hello, Steve. How have you been keeping? I've been doing all right. Busy morning. The missus worked a night shift. She got up at midday. I've been looking after the kids all morning. It was a lovely time. We went to Costa's. Went down Costa's. Because I thought, let's give him some caffeine, see how she likes it. No, I didn't think that. I forgot we do energy drink of the day. Why hide it? Ho ho! It's the last can of Dragon. You're up to date. Hughes here. Was that Man Friday's less relatable brother, Badly Organised Friday? Yep. Read it already. Oh, else? I'm sure I've missed someone. Ems, have we clocked it? Joodles is saying, Hugh, you're up to date. Man Friday is the club night Steve hosts in Vauxhall. I'm Scott. Mills? Just checking for legal reasons. As in the surname Mills, not like, do you mill? Maybe you do. It's nothing up to... You can grind oats, but please don't... I'm not sure what I'm about to accuse you of. The kind of thing that R. Kelly didn't see nothing wrong with is on my list of things I might see something wrong with. With whom I might see something R. Kelly wrong. That sentence got away from me a bit. Right, so welcome along. Not only is it started late because the missus wouldn't wake up in time for me to start at 12, and then I didn't get time to go through the papers, so I got a rough idea of what's going on. I'm sure we'll find it. It's a Friday live and loose anyway. We don't need to worry about Friday. Oh, it would have been funny if I hit this right in the... Let's pretend I didn't know this was coming. Darn it. Welcome to Friday Live and Loose with me, Steve and Alan. Turned out nice again. I also, the reason we didn't do a panning, zooming, tilting shot at the top, the mother flipping thing wants another firmware update. I am falling for that twice. No, you can be a static cam, you absolute pilot. Which does mean we will at some point start invoking second side cam. It doesn't have a hotkey yet. Side cam. Second side cam. I think that's all I have to tell you. Oh, no, we've definitely got to be finished by 1 because I'm doing a Talk TV thing before doing an afternoon gig in Kingston. It's cray-cray. It's cray-cray on the cray-cray. Front pages! By the way, Scott saying, front pages! Scott saying, I wish I could have been able to breakdance back in the day. I should have started earlier on. I never get the references if you start at the bottom and work up. Something. Britt, hope everyone has their chalky eggs. Pat's tummy. I bet you barely even touch the sides. You and your mini eggs. Scott Mills is on the verge of nominative determinism. I don't see nothing. Well, I do see something wrong. Well, we don't know, do we? Front pages. King will warn Trump, don't turn your back on us. Wouldn't it be great if the king did that accent just when he wanted to be threatening? Yes, on the state visit, we will, of course, big fingers, be talking in private. Close the door. Listen here, you mug. Because it will be more threatening. As much as Trump thinks he's Johnny Large Potatoes, that he's a big man, but he's out of shape. For the king, it's a full-time job. It would be scary. If someone just tries to threaten you, it's not scary. But if a king, all that beheading-y stuff, goes, leave it at you, tart. You are a salmon. Well, I'd be scared. Imagine those big fingers. Imagine, I imagine if our king Lord Ray Charles the Third, comes at you with his big fingers, it would be like a horrible fever dream that children's entertainer Balloon Animal guy is coming to get you. Worm. No, just me. This one's kicked in already, hasn't it? Back to the moon. Some crap about going to the moon. Front page of the Daily Express. I am more drawn to, instead of sitting here trying to do jokes about funeral home monsters, probably not gonna. Where's my glasses? I am probably not going to, try, Storm Dave to bring 90-mile-an-hour bank holiday gales. 2 people getting a mention there, Dave and Gale. And Storm, if you watch Channel 5. The Banksy, no. Why are we calling it Dave? I know I've moaned, most of my time has been moaning, why are we naming these storms after particularly hard to say Irish words? We get it. Inclusivity. Representation. There has never been a campaign to make sure that there is greater diverse representation at the storm level. You know what's really holding my ethnicity back? Not having enough storms named after us. Said no one ever, because why the hell would you? You know, we as a group, I'm not doing the accent, we as a group really struggled until that storm came through. ASMR. Miliband set to back North Sea gas field. I don't know why. Yeah, good. This is another case of, Steve was saying this on TV for ages, and now it's slowly coming true. Yeah. Look, I'm not one of these people who turns up on the TV networks I go on, giving it the net zero hoax. Now, what I think you find is the net zero is a big hoax, and it's done just to try and migrants. No, sure. If you honestly think, if you found some sort of a time-traveling wormhole machine thing, and you zoomed through to the year 3000, the busted one, right? And in the future, do you think we would all be having like electric cars, or we'd all still be driving around on essence of dinosaurs? It's the year 3000. So in the future, there wouldn't be any of this, would it? It'd all be in the future with electricity and solar panels, and it'd be amazing. Houses would be built of a material that just absorbs the light energy, and it all gets converted, and it'd be amazing, right? But sure, that's the year 3000. Let's not have it done by 2026, fourth quarter. Do you know what I mean? That's the rate at which you could absolutely screw us over. So try and get the cheap gas, because it's not really like you're going to be using that much more gas. There'll be a slight price demand, what's it called, marginal price elasticity of demand thing. Of course, there'll be a whiff of that. But you're burning more carbon getting the gas from another place to us anyway. I don't know. I think it could be carbon neutral. There's the phrase. Finding a cheaper way to net zero. I've done it. That's all I had to say. Like a dog, says Proper Memes. I have no idea why. And hope everyone has read that one already. Like a dog, read that one as well just then. Oh, breaking creme eggs in Tes's this morning were down to £2 for 4. Yeah, so you're not getting the pack of 5. I like the pack of 5. I like the cardboard. Johnny Desk Nuts. That's Proper Memes. What 3 words? Mr. Cuff says maybe Trump will tell the king to sort his government out. Worm. It's because we are revolting against the chocolate prices and they're having to put everything on sale. Good. Don't worry. As soon as we get past Easter, there's going to be some cheap chocolate around. Oh, yeah. There's more, says Frank Carson, but also says Mr. Cuff. There's more chance of Ray Charles seeing what's going on. Well. Hang on. Then it goes down an octave, doesn't it? Which I can do. Do the mess around. Try that with just the left hand. I've messed around with the left hand before. What we're talking about? It's because read that one. There's more. No, read that one. Ray Charles II coming at you would be more frightening. On many levels, I imagine. Yeah. The sequel's always better, isn't it? Storm Dave is named after the leader of the Green Party. Storm Dave, they've stopped letting the Irish names. But my problem was, if you name a storm something that you can't pronounce, how do you shout, get out the way, storm? It's a B, so it's a V. People are dead. But then if you shout out, watch out, Dave's coming. I don't know. There's got to be a happy middle ground somewhere. Farage impression added to the repertoire for legal reasons. I was not saying if I was doing a Farage, but I was just coming up with a generic person whom might work on the TV where I go, saying things. It's not Farage. Just the kind of person who would say, the triple lock is the kind of thing this country needs. Like that. Did Busted make a time machine? The 3000, and they live underwater. Oh, and your great daughter is doing fine. I don't know. Who made the time machine? Weren't they working in Fizz Club or something? You stupidly American. We do physics lessons in the UK. Fizz Club. That's when someone's dropped an Alka-Seltzer in the swimming pool. McBusted went back to the future. Storm Dave, more likely to be found in the office toilet. Oh, you dirty old Brit. After a dirty curry the night before than the weather. If someone shouted, Storm Dave's gonna blow, you'd batten down your hatches then, wouldn't you? You doing a Frank Carson or just... No, I'm not doing a Frank Carson, because it's illegal, isn't it? I can't do that accent. What we're going on about, says Squirrel. That's a very good question. Not a lot. It's a waste of money, Scott. What did Scott say? Not talking about chocolates, are we? Is the chocolate Pringles trend on a sin? I don't know what it is, but I presume yes. If you do it with your next door neighbour, definitely. M's, not much change really. Oh, what are you going on about? What? Watch out, Dave's coming round. Idris Elba's bodyguard. What? Shouted his... McBusted should have stayed in the future. The far, far future. Ooh. I never thought we'd have someone not liking Busted on this show. If you impersonate someone up for election, do you have to impersonate everyone up for election in that area? Could you imagine? Challenge accepted. Let's play some clips. Right, back into some front pages. I was worried we wouldn't have enough material to get me through to 1 o'clock, and we started late, and there's loads. Trump, no one cares. Move on to this one. Houston, we have a problem. We, not like that. Let's see what's going on. Easter, what's going on? What? £2.50 for 5, or 2 for £4. Where's the saving? I love a multi-buy. No, I am hoarding some blue roll down here, but what's the point of that? NASA's Artemis 2 moon crew were left wanting to boldly go after their £17.4 million loo packed up. Ooh. The 4 astronauts had to hold bladders for 6 hours after spotting a blinking light alert. The 10-day mission's only woman, Christina Koch, well, I can see how the admin error happened, fixed the fault after speaking to controllers in Houston. Well, that is not front page news, is it? Don't get me wrong, I love a toilet joke, but come on. They've done all the puns as well. Daily Mail. Fears of thousands hit by Britain's worst funeral. No, it can't be that story. What about this one? Tiger's shame. Shocking pictures of golfer's arrest. Why does he look like he's at Alton Towers? I don't look bad, does it? If you reframe it mentally as like, he's on the log flume, this guy. He's having a great old time. Why would you have... I know he's rich, but I don't know if there's that level of richness where I think, I want a car with an Alton Towers camera on it. So when I'm involved in a crash, whee, with your boobs doing this. Is that... Okay. There's only one more left. Why do we start? Not half, Kerms. Says Scott. Why are we making me do fluff impressions? McBuster, I've read that one. Stormzy. Also, says Joodles to Coffee, shocked to find out that my accent is illegal. No, you're allowed to do it, but I would be cancelled by the Irish, which is quite a cancellation, isn't it? It's because I've still got bins around here. You're in space, mate. Oh, nice. I don't know why I didn't even try any puns, but thank you for doing them. Artemis 2 had a problem sending emails because Outlook didn't work. After removing the sanitary products, she was not meant to flush. Oh, ho! Wow! In space, no one can hear you moan. Flashing and beeping and flashing and beeping. Oh, Airplane 2, I've not watched that for so long. It's also unbelievable that we could have achieved this in the late 60s. They didn't have toilets in the late 60s. Obviously, they had toilets in the late 60s. They didn't have a toilet on the Apollo mission because back in those days, toilets were outside. And you just... No one's gone. I just need to... nipping out to loo. Gone. They lost a lot of good men that way. Finished off these before we go inside the newspapers. Sticking the loot in. Oh, yeah, I did hear about this story. It's all kicking off. Tickets for the 2026 World Cup final will cost up to £8,000. Then here's my money-saving expert tip.com tip. Don't buy them. And... let's get inside the news. Saved you money there. I've saved you up to £8,000. Apollo mission, says Proper Memes. Trojans here. Space monkeys are on their way. I don't know if you can say that. That might be as offensive as me trying to do Joodle's accents. Space monkeys. What? Martin N. Allen Lewis is your what 3 words and also giving you a cardinal direction. Are they cardinal ones? Is that the word for the ordinals? What's the names for the points of a compass? I don't know. Lose, says Scott, thanks. And in space, no one can hear you flush. No. Clearly they need to have a porter, Portaloo probably, in orbit around the moon, just in case. No, I think you're right. No, it makes a lot of sense. Just do it out the window. When the female astronaut fixed the toilet, did she put one of those women with a big skirt decorations over? I used to let my grandmother have one of those. Here's my tip, says Britt. And that's why he's banned from Tesco's. Nice. Nice this way as well. It's dark in here. It's dark in here at all. Right. Right. No, we're not doing the front pages. We've done the front pages. Sweet mercy. I've got a pile of newspaper here that I don't really understand. I didn't get time to go through them. And we'll see what is... Oh, look, there's even 2 on this one. Let's find out what's going on. What's sticking out there? Jog on. That's my phone holder. That's a jog. Get out of it. Pints Pip push-ups. What? A pub visit is better for young people's mental health than a gym session, a survey suggests. It's not, though, is it? It's not. No. No, it's... No. Look, gym's meant to be good for you. It's better than medication. Starting step one on the spiral to alcohol addiction because, literally, you're not well in the head. Why don't you think about drinking is the advice. More than half of 18 to 24-year-olds say the pub visits with friends boost their well-being. Yeah, I'm sure they do, but go to the gym. That's better than the drugs. Go in and get tanked. If you're not feeling it, maybe you should go and get drunk more. It's the kind of advice you'd hear from a Radio 1 DJ. 1 in 5 kids dream of being a train driver when they grow up, a poll has revealed, probably. A quarter of youngsters say whooshing along the... Well, you're in the wrong job then, aren't you? If you enjoy staying at home because you're on strike, them's your apples. A quarter of youngsters say whooshing along the tracks is more thrilling than car, boat or bus trips. That's a different question, isn't it? What's better, train, bus? How did it even make the list? Train, bus or car? Yeah, maybe car, maybe train. If you ask me what do I prefer, car or train, I might say train. And then I'm like, well, this guy wants to be a train driver. No, I like being able to read when I'm, what? The fascination is just as strong for mums and dads, with 1 in 4 saying journeys that begin by train often turn into the most memorable. I remember the day when I was on a train for, I think it was like an hour and a half we were sat outside Euston. Never forget it. Are they really steps if it's a crawl? Good point, pub crawl. Hey, raising my pint glass to the mouth is exercise. Just doesn't cut it either. Exactly. You're only training one arm. So I better get another pint in. Got to even it out. Got to do leg day, legless day. I don't know, something. To be fair, back in the 90s, gyms weren't that popular. A pub crawl did elicit several thousand steps. I see, that's what you're on about. She's just larking about. I should read these in the proper order again. No wonder that had to reduce the cream eggs. They had to reduce, yeah. Don't give away the next story. Pub liver workout. It'll be twice the size in 20 years' time. Look at the gains. And Charlotte, hello, sorry I'm late. Sorry, I can't bejudge you for that because I was also late today. Time flies when you're the driver of a train on my way to Trumpton with a cargo of cocaine. Thief stole 320 creme eggs at garden centre. Chocolifter. A shoplifter. I do like chocolifter. I like that headline. A shoplifter walked out of a garden centre with 64 boxes of Cadbury's cream eggs. Cadbury's cream egg. You divide that by, you times it by £2.50. I'll tell you how much you've got there. Containing 320 of the chocolate treats, Leah Harding, 37, was caught on CCTV with a male companion, well, who blame her, nicking some eggs. And Britt, I say to you, where's the story about people bothering to nick the absolutely useless mini eggs? No one's, even though that'd be petty theft. Small crimes. But it is official. The cream egg is the superior choice amongst criminals, ne'er-do-wells, mountebanks, pernicious slaves. M-Way plaque to Mills axed. That rhymes more if you're a northerner like me. A plaque dedicating a service station bridge to shamed Radio 1 presenter Scott Mills has been removed. I guess. I don't know. It was put up in 2016, before 2017, when the BBC were aware of what happened. After a light-hearted campaign with then Radio 1 co-star Chris Stark. Wow. But a customer noticed it had gone yesterday morning. Yeah, look, not been found guilty of anything and all that stuff, you know. But also it's no pun. If a service station wants to no longer name its bridge after someone who's in the newspapers for at least theoretical wrongdoing, at least it wasn't like his plaque was up in a family area. That's the one, the Scott Mills family area. A little sign that says, must be under 16 to... No. The King's back in it again, so we all know what's happening, but yes, might as well get it over and done with. The King meets well-wishers with what? After handing out. Is there an S in there? Am I reading this? Handsing out. We can't zoom in anymore, but that's an S there, isn't it? The King meets well-wishers after handsing out royal Maundy money. Is that what is it officially called that when it's Maundy? I'm not religious enough to realise, do we have to ruin the English language when it's to do with Easter? Is he being handsing it out again? The purses containing special coins worth 77p. Sweet God, well, you want to retire on that, are you? This guy's a millionaire, given to 77 men and 77 women to mark the King's age. And still, I mean, even if he lives a long time, it's still not going to be worth the bus fare, is it? Thanks to the community heroes. The reason I mention this is because the King's also come in for a bit of flack about not doing an Easter message. I don't think you wanted it. I know the complaints are, this is a nation built on Christianity. He's meant to be the keeper of the faith. I know he calls it keeper of the faiths, but it was originally keeper of the faith as written by Bon Jovi. And he maybe should have done an Easter message. But you know you would have hated it. Because he would have been like, a good Easter to you all. Allahu Akbar. So why even? Don't. Just be happy he's still handsing stuff out. With his... It's a dog. Justin says the King is handy. I think you're thinking of his brother. Yep. Brit, I've trained ants to steal mini eggs for me. Shh, nobody notices. And 64 boxers, says Hugh. She clearly goes to the gym or the pub. The question is, says Charlotte, where is she going to put them? I know where one of them's going. Easter Bunny is going to be off, says Brit. Scott saying we all know Windy Miller wasn't transporting flour. You heard it here. The only plaque he'll get now is on his teeth. And Charlotte says to Brit, I stamped on a travelling mini egg on the ground the other day. Why didn't you tell me sooner? The answer's stealing it for you. Carnage. People will pay for that, though. Faith no more. Yes. I don't know any of their songs, otherwise I would fail to play those on the keyboard. Is the King Team Mini or Team Creme? Yeah, but he's rich and he's Team Fabergé. Not as tasty. Back when I had some more money when I was on telly, we've all dabbled. Easter came round, I thought I'd try one of them Fabergé ones, and it did not taste very good. And I'll say this, surprisingly painful on the way out. So, Mr. Cuff, I thought it was his brother that was hands. All right, yeah, good point, well made. I thoroughly concur. Back into some of this guff. What we got? This one. M&S tells Sadiq to get a grip on crime. Marks and Spencer. That's the correct way to do it. I've had arguments with people about this before, calling it Marks and Spencers. And I say, no, it's singular. And they say Mark and Spencers. I'm like, no, you... Marks and Spencer has criticized... No, it's plural. One's plural. I know there's two of them. Has criticised London Mayor Sadiq Khan. Damn it! Sir Sadiq Khan for failing to tackle crime after a rampage which forced a food hall to lock down. This is not just bad PR. This is Marks and Spencer's PR. I don't know how to play Albatross. It's more of a guitar thing, and we've not quite got the Fender Strat plugged into the kit. It will happen at some stage if we want to lose some more viewers. Einstein. Boffins losing to brainy bots. AI will become the ultimate boffin and beat all human experts within a year, it was claimed. Yeah, fair enough. Do you give two flips about this? Because at the moment, some people are cleverer than me. And at some point, the people who are cleverer than me are going to be AI. I kind of think the people cleverer than me already really don't have human emotions. It's good. Let's get the AI being cleverer. It would be really nice to ask the dumb questions I asked to AI and get it right. You know what I mean? By clever, I presume they're going to get rid of this hallucination problem, because that might be the deal. Humans aren't quite as clever as AI, but we don't just make stuff up. Well, we do, don't we, actually? No, that's fair enough. It's trained on us. What do you expect? Happiest Mondays. Ryder toured Joy without the drugs. Happy Mondays singer Sean Ryder says he loves touring now. The sex and drugs have gone. I know what you mean, mate. If you go onto Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, some weird KK box thing that I saw, my EP is out. If you'd like to find it and play it, it would earn me 0.0007 pence. So far, nothing's been accrued. I guess no one's listened. And in my song, I point out how these days the strongest drug I touch now is Calpol, I believe was the lyric. And as for the sex, not done a song about that yet. That's not a bad idea, actually. All right. But it's worrying to me that he says he is at his happiest when he's not having sex and drugs, letting me know this is the happiest I'm going to be. Happiest Mondays is hardly the happiest of day, anyway. A happiest Monday is probably like a pretty average Tuesday, isn't it? It's a crappy Thursday. Jess, I've not read this one yet. Jess, think yelling at girls from a van is fine. Think again. Does anyone really think it's fine? I think the people are doing it. I don't think it's fine, but they think they're doing it. I don't think they're going like, I tell you what, you're going to love this. Women love a compliment. All right, darling. You are not a salmon. Sexual harassment becomes a specific crime from, this wasn't today's paper, I chopped it out yesterday, I think, with offenders facing up to 2 years in prison. Catcalling, intimidating or following women. There's a big inflation here, isn't there? Following women, terrible, and girls, yeah, both. Intimidating, don't intimidate. Catcalling, I mean, also bad, but I have the ability to understand that two things can both be bad and one can be worse, and the first one doesn't now become good. Not many people understand that in their heads. Who talk on telly anyway. Previously, such offences were dealt with under laws such as Public Order Act 1986. Now they're covered by a new Section 4B. Oh, well, that'll fix it. Science. Well, did I say something scientific? Nah, I didn't. This isn't just criticism. This is M&S criticism. Damn it. Tried to do that joke. Squirrel says, I got off with the Easter Bunny once. Isn't all that? Well, fair enough. He's good at hiding eggs, so you could have had a lovely weekend, really. I'm waiting for the AI. Oh, I talked about AI, didn't I? I'm waiting for the AI Ainsley Harriet. I can't cook, don't need food. Oh, I do like that. Brit, sex, drugs, and sausage rolls. Just the sausage rolls it is, then. Yep. Not even had one of those for a while. Phillips says proper memes. Phillips complaints about yelling from vans. The people who make the CDs. But voted against grooming gangs inquiry. To be fair, they didn't shout from the vans. That's not fair, is it? No. Why am I trying to be fair? This is not. Oh, crap, I've got 10 minutes until I go and do the talk. Is catcalling a gateway behaviour? Also, the word catcalling, it's like horseplay. You don't actually have the animal involved. I worry sometimes when it's like, got to get the cats in, and I open the back door and go, here, puss. Is that catcalling? Because I don't want to go in prison for that. Women catcall me. It's really sick, says Trojan. You love it. Oh, you love it. If I walk down one more road and get catcalled, it's a common thing, is it? Well, I'll stop following. But sometimes it's good for me to practice to enunciate. It's okay to yell at girls if you don't have a van. That's true. Well, certainly if you're a cyclist, because everyone loves the cyclist. I bet you're allowed that. Which is weird. The wearing the lycra is the most perverted thing out of that, isn't it? I think I better crack on and crack off, haven't I? Okay, we'll pick one of these. Nah, that's rubbish. So this one, I don't really know what it was. I didn't read it. I saw I saw it had the word Togo in and thought it might be funny. Bill's Spiral, as handy fuel app sends drivers to fill up in Togo. Is that the name of like a petrol station? The government has urged people to go about their lives as normal amid concerns over the energy crisis sparked by the Iran war. The Ukrainian one didn't help, though, let's be honest, if we're talking about gas prices. Experts warn that household energy bills will increase by almost a fifth. Great. But where's the Togo bit? Is that what those Greeks used to wear? The government's flagship fuel finder app is designed to help motorists beat fuel cost rises, but it was revealed it suggested some drivers should head to Togo for the best deals. Right, okay. I would say don't do that. I'm not an expert on fuel efficiency and distance, and speed divided by time and all that crap. That's just acceleration. Distance divided by time. The Science Corner. Yeah, I don't know that. And, you know, if you were downloading a government app and it said go to Togo for the cheaper fuel, that's on you for being an idiot. You're up to date. Dress Like a Roman says, well, when in Rome, they're going to make CH like that. Boom, 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 boom. Glad I found this, says Trojan. We love you, Steve. Well, I love you too. I mean, I'm also glad you found this. I opened up too soon there, didn't I? I'm glad you found this too. Let's not get emotional. Time to bring back Togo parties. Plugs. There is nothing to plug. I'm on Talk Next. The gig I'm doing this evening or on this afternoon is a corporate, so you're not invited. I don't have a gig tomorrow. I don't have anything going on Sunday. No one's got anything going on Sunday, honestly. It's like Friday and Monday are bank holidays. So, and Sundays can't be bank holidays. The banks aren't open. But my word, they absolutely shut that down on a Sunday, don't they? No one can do anything. You might as well go on strike then. So there's nothing ready to plug. And then Tuesday, we'll do another one of these live streams. I think I'll also still be in charge of looking after the kids in the morning. And next week, things will be perfectly back to normal. Here's what I should have mentioned. Darn it. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. If you'd like to buy me an egg, if you'd like to buy me 4 eggs from Tesco, you can send me the money, and I promise you I will spend that money on eggs. Actually, I will. It's not even not one of my normal BS promises. I will actually buy some eggs. Too many cameras? I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. No talk tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I'm on talk tomorrow morning, says Joodles. That's a good point. On with Mark Dolan. There'll be some chitty-chatty. We'll probably be critical of something to do with the Labour government. They kind of require that, I think, before you can get in the door. The Joodle says, welcome, Trojan. Of course, the last people who said that didn't pan out well. You know what I mean? That'll be a challenge for most women. Oh, damn. Woo. Kermit, welcome to getting as much sex as Shaun Ryder these days. Ho, ho, ho. I've already got the earpiece in, so I think I'm ready. I'm in 5 minutes. I'm on Talk Radio. And brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. Money to whatever, ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. If you would be so kind to keep this project afloat, I will keep doing it, even if it doesn't get any in, let's be honest. Substack.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. I've got another article coming out there tonight. That's been 3 days in a row. I managed to be efficient. And we shall resume and do more of this. Plugs, says Britt. Steve is busy taking a few days, seeing how many creme eggs he can eat before puking. I know the answer to that, but I'm not giving away those kind of details. That might be one of my security questions on my banking apps. So there we go. Tuesday, 12 o'clock. Let's do another one of these. Till next time, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the
Almost
grip of a
daily,
vomiting
but
epidemic.
always
Find
sharp.
nauseating TV adverts
He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen,
on slavery.
almost daily.
Investigating
Laughs and facts, served up plainly.
Look at your face.
Your
Like, what are you
dose
going to do
of
with that,
wit,
Steve?
it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Hello, is that talk radio? Oh, wrong button.